Okay, guys, talking duo here. So let's talk about the basics of duo. The number one thing is what you've got to understand that this thing is a gap scheme run play. It resembles inside zone, but this thing is a muscle play. We teach it with the rules just like we teach power. We just don't have the puller. So we've got great double team movement at the point of attack. So let's just go through some of the basics here. So basically, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to create these double teams where we're going to work a double team up to that, what we're calling the two backer. There's going to be a double team back to one. This guy's going to base here. This guy's going to J step just like he would on power now. So if I'm this right guard, this is my gap. If I'm this right tackle, this is my gap. So if I don't have a threat, I'm going to try to create that double team with the adjacent offensive lineman. So again, we're trying to create movement with duo, and then we'll get to the running backs read here in a minute. So just again, looking at this illustration, let's just watch the moving parts here move here. Let's see if we can get this going here. As you can see that move right there. So we're creating line of scrimmage movement up to those linebackers. There's the front side of the play. You can see there's the back side of the play. Really trying to carve this defense out. When we're running duo, we're really trying to carve the inside of the defensive front out. So our tailback now can attack this A gap. And we'll talk about the running back read, which is so important to this play here in a second here. But we really want to carve this thing out from the middle, from the inside out when we want to run duo here. So now there's the path. Carve it out. Let's get the tailback up in that part of the defense right there, and we'll go. So now let's talk about tailback path and where you want this tailback to go. So, when we ball handle duo, we are a shotgun team. So maybe we're in pistol, maybe we're in sidecar, but we know we want to attack this A gap. So if it's a slide and dive or a slide and dive that way, we are going to attack that A gap. The front side linebacker you can see there in red, that is our read. I know from times that we've looked at, all right, we're going to read the first covered lineman on the first level of the line of scrimmage, but we've gotten away from that. We've studied some guys and just said that we're going to read that Mike linebacker right there. So it's pretty simple in terms of, there's your running back read, attack the A gap, just like we do in power, with our double teams. We just don't have a puller with this play here. So now, one key coaching point that you can really hammer home with your offensive line, when the linebackers, when the tailbacks read, the linebacker flows wide, the offensive line does not come off. So if you've got this double team working right here, and they're trying to mash it to their linebacker, and he's flowing over the top, these guys are just going to keep moving the defensive lineman, and now this tailback is going to go right there in the A gap. So I think that's a key coaching point that we've gotten over the last, we got that a year and a half ago going into the last season. But when that linebacker flows wide, the O-line does not come off. Obviously, if he comes in here and he's a threat to that A gap, your guard would come off, and then there it is, and then your back would end up jump cutting out there. But I think that's a really key coaching point as you watch this develop here. So tailback goes, Mike linebacker, tailback read, flows wide, stay in that A gap, and go north and south with that thing. Okay, so now there's the running back read. Now he's going to be a threat in that A gap. You're going to see that right guard come off, and then we're going to end up jump cutting. There's a lot of details to this play. Let your tailback be a running back. Let him have the vision, but just give him the guidelines of who his read is, attack that A gap, because there is going to be some times where this ball is going to end up coming back here. But we just don't really overcoach that aspect of it. When we run power, you absolutely do not go backside. But with duo, we do allow that to happen a little bit at times, and we've seen it go backside and has success. But we don't have a problem with it with duo there. So taking a look at this with the tailbacks read there. Now this his read showing up in that A gap, he's just going to jump cut it and go wide. Here it is against a 3-4 front. Same thing now. The guy in yellow right there, the B, we would RPO him. Formationally, he'll probably be a little bit wider because they're going to have too many guys here in the box. So we'd have to do something to control him here. So same thing. There's your running back read. Now your right guard is going to work with your center back to 1. Your left tackle, left guard are going to fan. And now your Y and your right tackle are going to work the defensive end up to the tailback's read. He shows up in that gap. Tailback's going to jump cut. So there's some basics of duo. Take a look at that. There's a ton of cut-ups on the site. Excellent run play. Should be a day one install for your offense.